So boys and girls, it's Wednesday the 26th of June, I'm your host Thomas Adams and this is the Game Zone News Recap. Our top story of the day is great news because the Ouya has finally released. Now in case you guys and girls have not heard about it, let me give you a quick rundown of what it is. Imagine a console that only costs $100, is very small, has a wireless controller, and imagine that it's quite powerful and, like I said, quite small and can play via HDMI for some real HD gaming. Now also imagine that you have over 170 indie titles that are already available plus many more coming, and you have the ability to stream media straight from the console to your TV, so you can watch Twitch TV and watch your latest League of Legends professional games. Basically, this tiny little console for just $100 will give you a huge bang for your buck because you can play tons of games and install your own emulators and so forth. Now of course you wouldn't want to install an emulator because you wouldn't have any ROMs to play because that is illegal. So without sounding too much like they have sponsored me to say this, because they haven't, definitely check it out because they are flying off the shelves and even I can't get my hands on one. Oh, and before I go, the reason I love this mini console is, for example, you go to your friends, it's so small, you just throw it in your car, throw it in your bag, it doesn't matter, it's so small, pretty durable, and there you go, you can have 4-player, it's just amazing, I love it. Up next is a little bit of sad news. Everyone of a certain age would have played the original Baldurs Gate and remembers those moments just like it was yesterday. Well, a little while ago, Beamdog revamped the game by throwing in a few bonus features as well as tons of bug fixes into the original Baldurs Gate and then released it to Mac, PC and iOS. Now everyone has been quite happy with what they have done, however sadly due to contractual issues and the good old Atari, Beamdog were forced to remove the game from their website and the App Store. Now because they did comply, Atari are now selling the game through their website, which is of course quite sad. So if you are looking to get this game and you want to support Beamdog, then just wait a little bit because they may sort this out or they may never sort it out. We don't know what will happen, but stay tuned on www.gamezone.com to of course learn exactly when this game is available back on Beamdog's website. Sony have showcased another new feature for not the PlayStation 4 this time, but it's actually for their not so successful, the PlayStation Vita. Basically, in an attempt to drive gamers who game via their smartphones or tablets with indie games or emulators, Sony have decided to create a whole new category dedicated to indie games on the PS Vita. Now we all know how well the Vita did because it didn't do too well in Japan, and in Europe and USA it didn't do quite well because, man, Nintendo, they pretty much they just own that market, as well as you have tablets and smartphones just eating up everything else. It is really dog eat dog world there. I think Sony should really stick to the big mainstream consoles because look at the PlayStation 4 guys, they've just won that war outright. So you ask me, how will this work out? Will this just increase their sales by 1000%? I don't really care actually, because this is giving the small guys who love programming or creating games another platform to create lovely new games that we've never seen. And you know what? The PS Vita may start selling even better because an indie developer may create the next Minecraft to the PS Vita exclusively. You never know. So everyone who has played BioShock Infinite, put your hands up in the air. Yeah, that's what I thought. Everyone and their dog played that game and hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. So then, lots of people have been asking, where art thou DLC BioShock Infinite? And the developers should just turn around and say, shut the hell up, because we make DLC for a game when it releases and you just QQ, and then we go ahead and make real DLC for when the game is already released and you guys QQ is not coming fast enough. However, as normal, I have an awesome suggestion to this argument. Give modders mod tools back, because we can make our own DLC type things that will just fill that gap in between the game release and the official DLC. That little grey bit in the middle, we could just fill that with our like crazy skins, weapons, mods that just make melons appear, anything like that. So you let me know what you guys think. Now our last story of the day is of course about Microsoft. Basically, the Xbox 360, you know, it has tons of little kids. I'd actually say that makes up 99.9% of the user base, and they of course swear at you constantly. Now, with every Xbox 360, you do get a little headset. It is pretty crappy, but you do get one with every console. Now, the Xbox One will not be having this. You will not have a little headset with it or anything like that. Instead, Microsoft have gone ahead and said, look, the Xbox One's Kinect system will have an awesome microphone that will just pick up everything you want it to and not want it to as well, and we'll just play like the audio from the game as well as little kids screaming at you through your TV or your home surround system. So I really don't think that's a good idea. Now you can get the Xbox One official headset separately, which probably just like how they charge for their original wireless adapter for the Xbox will cost like $50 to $60. Oh, it's just going to be stupid. It's just, I don't know. I just think Turtle Beach, they're just going to be super happy with this because everyone's going to be buying their headsets and it's going to be like ka-ching. Remember that you can check out the latest news on www.gamezone.com. I have been your host, Thomas Adams, and this has been the News Recap.